Hey, Cam. Just to start, Dorian Finney-Smith was a plus 22 on the night. I know single game plus minus can be kind of flaky, but when you look at his impact, do you feel that box score stat reflects how he was able to play tonight?
Yeah, definitely. He impacted the game, guarded the ball, rebounded, hit shots. I was just about to say that before you even mentioned it. You also add in Royce O'Neal. Royce is a little bit of everything. He had that plus 13 in 19 minutes. I think that stretch in the third quarter was big, And those guys, man, they show up every day, play hard, and do their job. Just two dependable dudes right there.
Cam, for you guys, just how important was it for you? I mean, how much was the streak on your mind? Your streak. I mean, how much was that on your guys' mind coming into this game today to shake it?
A lot. Yeah, a lot. We know what we're capable of at the end of the day. We know we let a couple slip, but it feels really good to get back on the winning side of things. And that's the name of the game, man. Resilience, just being able to bounce back and find a way each and every game. It takes one to start a winning streak. So you got to start somewhere, and today's a good start.
The 22 points off turnovers, I think that was almost the story of the game for me, at least. Just what did you see? What did you guys want to do when you guys got turnovers? Was there a mindset of turn those into points, just kind of convert, just get active and make that kind of a point of emphasis?
Yeah, definitely. Defensively, I thought we might have even turned them more than 14 times. But guys are doing a good job of kind of being in lanes and, crowding the paint and making passes difficult. But scoring in transition, scoring off turnovers, those are all just buckets that you want to fill, money that you want to get. And today we did that, and it helped us.
Monty spoke pregame about, still being in communication with you and Mikhail, how much the time he spent coaching you guys met, that he's rooting for you all the time except tonight. How difficult has it been to see them, him go through these kind of struggles, in his first season out of Phoenix?
I told them, some of the young guys on their team after the game, that sometimes you got to lose before you can win. Sometimes you got to fall before you, crawl, walk before you can run. My first year in Phoenix with Coach Mont is his first year in Phoenix also. I think we were on a 10-11 game losing streak. We started the season pretty solid too. Then we went on a 10-11 game losing streak about this time of year too. And, game winners against us just weren't really able to close out games. But you learn from it. And, they have such a young team with guys that are really talented. It's sometimes a matter of staying the course and having that belief. But I know, I love playing for Coach Mont, 4 years of it. And you grow close over that time, and you learn a lot about the game. And I learned a lot from him, a whole lot from him. And so he was huge in my development as a player. And so, I know what he's capable of on that end. And they got so much young talent that, if they believe, they can really be a solid team, a contender.
You had earlier mentioned the third quarter and the run. I mean, they had cut it to 2.
Yeah.
And then there's a timeout. Just what changed from there?
They went on that run. They were hitting shots and kind of tough ones too. And so you got to be able to weather those storms. Like I said, you got to be able to weather those storms and be able to fight back. And the bench came in and did a fantastic job of giving that buffer. And from there, they were playing catch up.
Hey, Cam, over here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe team entered today 0-2 back-to-back games today, being the first win. What can you take from performance tonight? What did you learn, and what can you take with you to the future?
I thought maybe the first couple minutes were a little slow, but I thought we had good juice tonight. I thought we had good juice and energy, and our minds were in the right place. And that's all you can ask for. I trust in our PT staff and our people around us that are able to kind of monitor us physically, and so. We got good contributions from across the board, too. De'Ron played a good game. Dorian, 28 minutes, hit shots, defended, rebound. So anytime you have depth that you can rely on. Mikhail played 33, but everybody else was hovering right around 30 in the starting lineup. It's big when you have those many players you can rely on a night-to-night basis.
And then another game against Detroit at their place in a few days. What are the challenges that present themselves when you kind of have almost like a playoff series where you have
one is right after Christmas, and sometimes those can be a little tricky, Sometimes holidays and stuff can let your guard down a little bit. But we just got to remain locked in. We got to keep the main thing, keep our focus level high and approach each game very seriously. We're coming off a losing streak, so we need to, turn things around and start a winning streak and just keep pushing our way through and continue to get better every day.
Cam, now that you guys have ended your losing streak and hopefully
Right.
the winning continues, what was one thing you learned about this team during that tough stretch?
In a sense, I think it's going to strengthen us in the long run. I think we recognized what kind of went wrong in that losing streak and the juice that we need to have night in, night out. And in a way, I think we brought a lot of joy back to playing a game tonight and even last night. We take those things really personally in the frustration, but I think, sometimes we were able to spin it into a positive and just find joy in playing hard and trusting each other.
Cam, kind of going back to that first year you guys were with Monty Williams, when you guys were struggling a little bit, when you see what these Pistons are going through, how do you kind of, relate to that even more? Because that first year wasn't just a tough year, kind of led to what you guys ended up being able to build in Phoenix a little bit.
Well, I think the one thing we did in Phoenix was we built a really solid culture. The crazy thing is, before the bubble, we were 26-39, so we weren't, it's not a great record at all. And we barely got in. We were the final discussion. How many games out can a team mathematically make the playoffs? And we were the very, very edge. And we won every game in the bubble and still did not make the playoffs. But a lot of people look at the bubble run and see that as a catalyst. So, that whole entire first season aside, we were able to find really positive things. And we were able to gain momentum and look back on that season in a very positive manner. So sometimes in this league, you can take lumps. And there's talent everywhere. Every team out there is an NBA team with NBA players, with high-level players. So there's kind of an art to winning games that you learn when you're a young team, and just figuring out ways. And that's kind of how we developed in Phoenix, and with a young team, that's just how it goes. You just need to figure out ways to win games, especially at the end. The fourth quarters can be so important. Thank you, guys.